Evening, ladies and gents. Welcome back, my friends. This is, of course, the MRC show that never ends. And we're back. Monday Night Entertainment. The first of two live races under the lights in the desert of Qatar. So, 18-minute qualifying for the Tier 2. Once we get underway, there we are. About time. This is going to be an interesting one. First time we're here in the championship. We did a 100%, of course, race in the off-season when the game was first released, but now the drivers get to tackle it with vigour and with force and with a lot of, well, potential caution, we shall say. And before we go into qualifying, as everyone's readying their setups, let me introduce you to my co-commentator for the evening. The local boy to myself, teammate for the season, and we're having a good one. We're having a better one than last year, which is good. In Tier 1 is Mr. Ryan Barber, Mr. Red Carambo. How are you doing, mate?
Absolutely fine, lad. How are you?
Living the dream, mate. As always.
Sure
I didn't say whose dream. I said I was living a dream. I still haven't got that winning lottery ticket.
I think I'm in Frank Gallagher's dream.
I know. But first time, obviously, we're here in championship format. And how do you think in practice and getting ready? How do you like this track?
I love the track. It's fast, it's flowing. There's a couple of slow speed corners, but it's actually quite hard to overtake as well. So you've got to be very careful. Pick your spot. Plan it a couple of laps ahead, I guess. And focus on your race, really.
Yeah, exactly that. It is, you know, you're right, there's potential overtakes. Of course, the one DRS ran me down the pit straight into turn 1, and then you could potentially get someone out of turn 3 into the turn 4 and turn 5 double right-hander if you're quick enough. And there's a few points, but you're right, it is very difficult. And you said very high speed, and it just comes at you, this track, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It really does.
It's quite a scary one, actually, for me,
yeah,
anyway.
You've got to concentrate as well, because there's a few corners that look very, very similar.
Yeah.
So that can catch you out as well.
Yeah, exactly, you're right. And there's nothing really in this track I found that kind of differentiates one part of the track to another, one sector to another. And you're right, the focus, it has to be there. And we've got 27 laps as well around here, and a lot of runoff, so potentially low risk of safety car. Of course, not being here yet. Fanning's going out on the wet tyres for unknown reasons, but he's doing that to get a sighter in. And one thing I noticed, Baby Hornet was the first one on a lap, and track limits here are incredibly harsh.
Yeah, they are. You can get away with it if you go really wide, but you're going to lose that much time anyway. It's pointless, really. You may as well just take it.
Yeah, as Doris has just done the same as well. He's gone. To be fair, he actually went really wide, and unfortunately didn't work for him. He actually still managed to invalidate his lap. Yeah. A lot of drivers, only a couple left in the pits. Gatian is a man who will be staying in the pits. He is serving a qualifying ban this evening. And unfortunately, we don't have Monster in the McLaren serving a race suspension. But we've got G-Star, the Tier 1 man, stepping in his seat this evening. And we've also got... what else? We've got Stube stepping in the Ferrari. We've got Anne stepping in the Aston Martin late as well. I'm sure we've got somebody else. I'll have to have a quick look. Reserving as well this evening. So, good evening, Ant. Good evening, Matthew. Good evening, Geke. So he's and wants rain in Tier 1.
Oh no, please.
He says there's a lot of grip around here. If we get rain in Tier 1, that's I quit the game forever.
Oh yes, Jackster.
Good lap. Good lap.
I've just been teaching in there as well.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ah. I mean, I like to say we don't show bias, but that went well, didn't it?
No, but it's nice when you're trying to help somebody, and it's nice when they listen, you know.
It is. I fully agree with you. It is, yeah. And to be fair, you've helped me numerous times through the seasons as well.
I'll help anybody, me.
Well, I'm like that. I'm just not normally the best person.
If they want to listen, if they don't want to listen, then I'll just give up.
But you just try. I tell you what, that's interesting. Horseman there, coming out the last corner on the run to the line. It's quite a decent run to the line. He's done a 21.9, but he ran out of ERS deployment on the lap.
Oh well.
And I didn't know that would happen on this lap. It does happen at a couple of tracks. I think which one it is now.
Yeah, I think it's because the high-speed nature of it, really.
Yeah.
Using that much in the corners.
I'm just reading the YouTube chat. Evening Manouche. Yeah, you can read that one.
No, Manouche. No, not today.
No, just no. Baby Hornet's struggling with the track limits. Hopefully he'll get a lap in. Let's see what's Fanning doing on the wets. Still out there. Interesting strategy. So we've got Horseman on a 21.9. That is a really good lap time. Jackster, Ryan's pupil, 23.
Entered into the midget boxes. I'll trip you up. Steve J.
That is Mr. Soze.
I thought it was.
Yeah, always with us every week. Good to have you. Another driver who's doing having a good season in Tier 1 and getting increasingly quicker.
Yeah, he is. He's been phenomenal, actually.
He has. Really has.
From where he was.
Well, he showed it. I mean, even last season was really quick when we both him and I moved up into Tier 1, and after that ridiculous championship battle we had in season 10 in Tier 2, and took it down, of course, to the last race, and then, of course, both took the step up, and he's just got to grips with this game as Soze, and really showing it, really doing well. I kind of thought, yeah, I had the grip. I kind of had the pace on Steve. Now, yeah, no. I don't. I can also say, yeah, he's quicker than me. And hands down to the work that he's put in. And it just works for him. It works really, really well. G-Star's up there now. Of course, Tier 1 driver can only qualify on the hards or the medium tyres. Let's have a look at those tyres. And he's done a 23.5 on the hard tyres.
Yeah, I don't think I'm finishing high.
No, but thing is, we mentioned, Bergen's also doing wet tyre run as well with Fanning. Interesting enough.
If you go on board
Ooh.
on the wet tyre, if you couldn't see the blue, it looks kind of like the old tyres they used to use.
Have a look at it. Oh, it does. I'm on board. Just gone on board with Bergen. You're right, it does. Oh, that looks nice. Oh, wow, he has no front end grip whatsoever. Does Bergen? I think he's bailed on that one. Have a look at the Ferrari of Fox. We're in the middle sector, the purple middle. And I think this is going to be a race of nutrition. And it's going to be this, I thought, in qualifying as well. Do you give it full send? Or do you just kind of try to keep it inbound and hope, especially in the race, if there's a late safety car and potentially you can get a lot of penalties, that, it's, as Fox put it, into second with his lap, but, there's a lot of potential penalties that you can get.
Yeah.
That, if you're usually cross the line in 11th, 12th, 13th, if it's, maybe a late safety car, let's say, field's packed, you could easily find yourself within the top 6 if people ahead of you kept it clean and patient, not escape too much over track limits. And
yeah, of course you can.
Ooh, there was might have been Fanning running out the way of Doris.
In qualifying, I would probably I'm probably going to be sending it.
Yeah.
Because you obviously want to be the fastest you can. But in the race, there's obviously, you just want to keep it within the white line.
And that is so difficult. As you said, a lot of the corners look similar. There's not many points that in the track that sort of look like you know exactly where you are. You've got to really be focused, and it's going to prove difficult. There is a McLaren ahead of Doris. He puts a purple middle sector in. Is that McLaren on a lap? He's just moved out the way now. Hopefully it didn't put Doris off on his run. Runs wide. Doesn't invalidate though. That's one of those times that you've mentioned.
He was on a lap. I'll back him up there. I was watching him. Eddie Dust.
Oh, the McLaren was and bailed.
Yeah.
Ah, right, okay. That was Eddie Dust. Let's have a look at the deployment halfway down this straight, and I think, yeah, it has. That's the third person we've seen now. Deployment is used, and he pops it into third as well with that lap time, right behind Rumax on a 22.6. Hosman's still there. That lap he set early on. That's quick.
Yeah, it is. Very competitive lap.
Yeah, that could be good in Tier 1. I don't think I've gotten to the 21s. I don't think. I'm not sure, actually.
That could actually be pole right now as we stand.
Well, he's got nearly 7/10 of a second, with only just under 7 minutes left. And we know with these nighttime races to get the heat in the tyres, which, in fairness, this track gets the heat in them quite quickly, surprisingly. Yeah. But the track really rubbers it on in these far away, what we call the far away races, don't you? And potentially it could be really quick at the end of the lap, at the end of the session.
Yeah. It'll definitely get quicker.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look. We'll do an onboard lap. Totally forgot to do that. In fairness. As Rob Smith's going to cross the line, and what can he do? He goes up to 5th as well, 22.9. So good luck from him. Where is Fox? Just going through turn 3. We'll wait for him, and we'll do an onboard lap with the Ferrari man soon. Everyone in the pits now. Just holding out. And I think the strategy is going to be important around here as well. I mean, we say it every single week and every single race. But round here, you mentioned, of course, difficult to overtake. The difference in the tyres and the grip they give and the drop-off is really, really steep. It almost ventures towards a potential two-stop race if there's potential safety cars, etc. But it could even come into play where a lot of tracks, it's one that you just wouldn't want to kind of go near.
Yeah. You kind of get Singapore vibes, like the undercut is so powerful.
It is. You're very much right. Now then, let's have a look, ladies and gents. An onboard lap with Jay Card. Fox River 8, the 1. DRS is wide open down the very bumpy start and finish line. He's running a bit of a higher ride height. You can see it's not sparking out the back of the Ferrari. Late braking about the 60-metre board, 4th and 5th to get the drive out of turn 1. The car on the outside, wow, takes a wide line into turn 2. Another fast one to get the good exit through the flat out turn 3. And then we mentioned the double right-hander of turn 4 keeps it into 5th and 6th, drops it back down to 5th to get the turn in. And then one of the slowest corners on the track, second gear corner of turn 6, gets the good exit out of there and into the second, probably the second slowest. They uses third at this instance to get the car rotated. You can kind of use that curb as an entry of turn 8 into turn 9, and then the long sweeping turn 10. Ooh, little snatch of oversteer through turn 10 and 11. Very, very difficult. And then the flat out turn 12, turn 13. Will he drop it down the gear to get the wow, takes it nearly flat, slight lift through 14, and then turn 15 runs a little wide, just keeps it inbound, and is actually bailed on that lap.
Okay.
That shows how fast and furious that lap is. It is non-stop onslaught. I mean, did you do the 100% race that we did here?
I did the realistic one, yeah. I got put in a poo box.
Oh, did you? Ooh. Oh, boo you. I'm not sure. I think I was in a McLaren for some reason. I can't remember.
I got the Alpha Tauri.
I can't remember what I had. I know I finished 6th in the end somehow. No idea how. But it is just, I remember afterwards, I couldn't see. My eyes were absolutely shot by the end of it because it is just so full on. And that was 56 laps, of course, half distance tonight, 27 laps. Maybe okay, but it's still a lot to take in.
It is. It's not really a place you can stop down the street for a quick sup of a drink, neither. You've got to keep going.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not even that long a straight, is it? That start finish straight. It is. It's one that, because it's so bumpy as well. If you're a wheelie, oh, Doris! Oh wow! Loses the rear, does a 360. Oh wow! Did well to keep that. Let's have a few cars now getting out the way as people now doing their final fast laps. What's Wazza? Wazza 7/10 up on his lap. This will be competitive potential top 5, top 4 if he nails the last sector. Evening, Alex. Good to have you with us. What can Wazza do? Puts it up into 2nd. What a final sector he did.
That's a good lap.
Very good lap. 22.4. That just shows well what Horseman managed to do early on. And he's on a fast lap as well. Oh, goes wide. How on earth did that not invalidate? He's 2.5 tenths down. Oh, and spins it. That is Horseman's qualifying done, but he's still got that provisional pole. What can Womax do through the first sector? He goes into turn 4. Keeps it well within the boundaries. 2 tenths up on his lap. This could be good for provisional second. But a purple first sector. We mentioned how the track ramps up.
Yeah.
And Waz has just proved it. Even with Speedy Bullet. Don't forget, folks, leave a like. It takes a couple of seconds. Was it? I think, no, he's still on his flying lap. I thought you went a little bit wide, but still going round the fast. 12, 13, 14. So Doris loses it through 15. Doesn't run too wide. It's better to be safe than sorry round there. In the final corner, tempting to get the power on early, but the car does like to drift wide. Now DRS wide open. Deployment is used of his lap of DRS. What can he do? Womax puts it into second, just ahead of Wasser by about 100th of a second. The checkered flag goes. Great lap from Womax.
There's a few good laps there, to be honest.
Yep. Fox is 10th down so far. We'll come back to him. What can Eddie Dust do? He's 6 tenths up, trying to get a slipstream from the Aston Martin. What can he do to cross the line? Eddie Dust goes into 7th with his lap. Good improvement. What can Stoob do? Stoob's 3 tenths up on his lap.
Sticking P9.
Currently, as it stands, what can you do in that middle sector? I hate that corner in the middle sector, that long left-hander of turn 10. I can never get it right. I just miss it. I forget it's there and just go, oh, hang on. I forget to brake every time. Still keeping it well within the track limits. Could be a really good improvement. Into the final corner. Bits finished for the session, and finished for the session. Gatian has as well. They'll start at the back of the grid. What can Stoob improve to? Just go 9th. Good call. And the last man, D.S. Julian, is finished from his laps. So there we are. Tier 2 qualifying of the Qatar round 5. Hoseman takes pole position with Fox River 8, put in a great fast firing lap at the end. Sorry, we missed that. And he is second. Womack's in third. Wazza in fourth. Then Doris in fifth. Rob Smith, great qualifying from him, in sixth. Eddie Dust in seventh. Then Jackster. Then Stoob and Scottish Ninja. Another great qualifying as well from Grant in 10th. Then G-Star. Another good lap as well. On the mediums, of course, tier 1 man. He is going to start 11th, then Baby Hornet in 12th, Bootsy 13th, DOS Julian, then Smith, Fanning, Bergen, Bit, Gatian, and Ant round out the grid. I'm still interested to see who goes brave on the strategy, who goes bold. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, it's going to be like there's going to be a few different strategies, I think. Some will play it safe, some not so much. Yeah,
it's going to see if anyone saved a set of softs potentially, or didn't take much life out of them, or do you use the hards or the mediums. It'd be interesting to see what G-Star's got left in his locker after qualifying. But see what you can do. Of course, he will get a 4th place penalty later on after the race due to being a tier 1 driver. But I honestly couldn't call this. With it being so new, we've not got a bit of history around here.
Yeah.
It does take quite a while for the ERS to recharge because there's not a lot of heavy braking zones. So it's going to be one of those that it's so up in the air. And it's going to be an interesting and a very exciting voyage into the unknown, I think, this evening. But as I said, don't forget to leave a like, folks. All 14 of you watching, good evening to everyone. To the MRC drivers who are watching, to Manouche watching, to all the supporters, and if you're not part of MRC, welcome. This beats any kind of Monday night football.
I thought I saw rain then. I'm seeing things.
If it was and Ant was right, that would just be ridiculous. I think we've had rain once at a night race, a desert night race, and I'm trying to think where it was, but it was the strangest. I think it was. I honestly think it was Bahrain. It was the strangest experience. Because this is, surprisingly, for the high-speed nature of this track, it is quite a high downforce setting that you need around here.
Yeah.
And that's just to keep the car planted through the very fast, and you want to be full throttle. You know, the rear, we saw a few people with the rear spinning up and losing it, and it's so difficult.
Yeah, to be honest, it's perfectly made for a MotoGP bike.
That took you longer than I thought to get that in. You are a good fan. It is a GP track.
It is, and it just shows you how quick these cars really are, though, because the MotoGP track record is 154.
Wow. I'm not actually sure of the F1 lap record around here, but I'm sure it'll be in the
124, 123.
Wow. So yeah,
I think it was Max Verstappen.
Wouldn't surprise me this season at all with that. Bit of a mix in the tyres. Only Rob's gone with a set of softs at the start. That's interesting. Second, third and fourth have gone with the hard tyres. So has G-Star and Ant. Everyone else gone with the mediums. So it's interesting to see that little split that everyone seems to think, okay, the mediums are, and to be fair, probably right, they are the better race tyre.
Yeah.
But with 29 laps, sorry, not 27, 29 laps, it's going to potentially be heavy on fuel because of you're on full throttle for quite a lot of this lap. But
I mean, I don't mind the hards round here. They're not the worst.
It's the drop-off that gets me. Round, not just here, but, well, in all the tyre compounds, the drop-off is really severe. Now, and we know the mediums do go through kind of a graining phase, but I think you're probably going to look to get a good maximum 19 laps maybe out of the hards if you can. maybe switch to mediums. I don't think the softs will do 10 laps. It'd be great if they did. I'm not sure, but it's going to be interesting to see the pit strategies and see what people can do, how far people can take them.
Yeah, I've not really done any soft runs, which I should have really. So
yeah, I haven't either.
Hopefully, Fanning and Bergen can tell me what they were like.
Can you message me before the start as well? I haven't either. As we got Ant and Gatian lining up now in their grid slots, the back of the grid. And then we've got quite a nice view down the pit straight. As we've now got
views.
4, 5 red lights, and the first time in Qatar in MRC, we go. Wait for the glitch to finish, and we're off and we go racing. Womack's poor start, but good start from Doris, quite even at the start, but Fox River already on the hard tyre as well. What a run he's got. Oh, there did a glitch, there was a collision, that was it, was on the inside of Horseman, goes round in the first corner. Everyone else seems to be kind of unscathed. Womack's recovered and keeps third. Good start from Eddie Dust up to Rob. Actually hasn't on the softs managed to move up any spots there, but Fox on the hards. What a start, a launch he got as well from second.
Yeah, he did. He's got Hoseman sniffing his windpipe.
He has, but we've got a few guys side by side further down the field. Baby Hornet, Fanning, great start. Bergen, what a start from him, up 6 spots already. So, well, kind of reasonably well behaved. You can, there is room if you give it to go side by side through a lot of these corners, and Scottish Ninja as well up 3 spots. Timed that really well round the outside, I'd imagine, through turn 1. Then was crowding around the apex. Oh, Fox goes very wide. That could potentially be a warning already. Let's give it to those position changes.
Has lost an end plate.
Who was that, sorry?
Bergen.
Oh no, he might have had a collision with DRS Julian. I'll tell you what, Womack's is going back strong. Those hards seem to work really well. Because Horseman, look, let's have a look on board. He's got his ERS working. Wow, nearly hits the back of Fox. Has to duck out. Fox defends the inside line at turn 1, and now look at that, the top 5. Nose to tail already. I have a feeling it's going to be a long evening for us. Yellow in sector 1, oh, I think that might have been Stube, it was. Bergen's had to pit. I think any kind of end plate damage round here with a high speed nature is really going to hurt so much round here. Oh, Horseman, late on the brakes. These top 5, really interesting. Rob Smith's now coming in to join the fun, with Scottish Ninja not a million miles away as well, only a second back. And then a bit of a gap to Fanning. But that's interesting. Horseman takes a different line that time round, around 14, to try and get an inside run into 15. Look at this, he's trying to go on the outside into the last corner. There's contact. Horseman's gone round.
No.
Oh my goodness me.
That's unfortunate.
That really was. And we've got 2 different race strategies now. They'll say that the softs will do 10 laps. That's going to be interesting for Rob Smith. If he can get those 10 laps and use a set of mediums to the end, that is going to really play. Now Womack's fighting with Fox, both on the hard tyres. Gets the move done, but look at this, we've nearly got 3 abreast. Could Fox do there? Maybe a tap from Eddie Dust on the back of Doris. No, Fox on the outside. Just keeps it from the McLaren.
He's got some good grip on them hards.
They do, don't they? I personally hope there's not many Tier 1 drivers watching this and learning. Personally, I'm thinking that for our sake. I think the mediums do have the edge, but you're right, the hards are not. There's not much in it. Doris on the mediums there. We've got Womack's, Fox, Eddie Dust, but then you've got Rob, of course, on the softs. And this is it. If you position your car in the right spot, because of it's kind of a left-right circuit. However, Doris is trying to go on the outside into the fast. He gets the move done.
What a move.
That was incredible move. I don't know if Womack's kind of thought, okay, I'm on the inside, he's going to have to back out. But still, for Doris to get the drive through turn 10 and 11, what a move that is. But now it's DRS time. And the rear wing is open already for the chasing pack. And we're starting to get the first penalties through. Look at the overspeed on Womack's. Going back at Doris. Doris on the inside line. Is he going to try and hold it tight? He does. But the overspeed from Womack's on the outside is getting the move done. And look at this further back. We've got the McLaren. Oh, maybe squeeze a little bit from Fox, who's now going to be under pressure for Rob Smith. Real banging. Rob's got the better run, and Fox has to drop out, and he's lost 2 places as Rob. Sorry, as Fox. Oh, hang on, what's happened? Womack's is out! Let's have a look. Oh, what happened? There he is. I wonder if he lost the rear on the exit curb.
Oh, he's in the wall.
Yeah. And we've got the first safety car of the evening. And that's already proved me wrong, thinking there may not be many.
That'll be music to Bergen's ears, that.
It will, yeah, help him really get on the back of the pack. That's going to help, well, I'm not actually sure who that might help in terms of tyre strategies. Maybe the hard runners to get them a bit further to potentially use softs late on. Mediums could do medium soft.
Yeah.
May help Rob to keep the life in the soft tyres that extra lap. So it'd be interesting to see if anyone decides to pit early. As our race leader, funnily enough, does pit. Doris has pitted on the mediums. Rob Smith decided to stay out. Let's get the tyre strategies up there. He's the only one, Doris, so far who has pitted.
Ant is in the pits.
Yeah, he has. He was on the hards. Was has pitted as well. Is Holzman going to pit? He hasn't.
Doris has gone to the hard.
Interesting. Interesting. Stubbs pitting as well. Bergen's on the mediums, but he can just nice and slowly cruise up to the back of the pack. Not take much life out of those tyres.
I mean, he could drop in and get a hard.
He could, yeah. I think he may have started, but if he only did 1 lap or 2 laps on those tyres, then yeah, potentially they're not going to have any life out of them. And Demons, good evening, welcome.
Bergen is in the pits. Let's see what he does.
But and was it gone on the mediums? Stubbs gone to the hard tyres. Would it be interesting to see how the warm-up is after a safety car? We've said it historically that the mediums don't like a heat cycle more than the other tyres. They really, really suffer. And I think the softs kind of lose that edge as well. Whereas the hard can come back in a little bit better. It takes another lap or so, but they can get that grip back and the feeling comes back a lot easier than it does the mediums. But with it being this early in the stint, maybe okay, potentially.
Yeah, I would think so. Bergen did pit to the hards.
Yeah, he has. Good point. Yep. I think we may only have 1 more lap behind the safety car. Depends how quick Bergen, of course, catches the pack. Let's have a quick look at those position changes. Fanning and Gatian, big winners, up 10 and 11 places respectively. Baby Hornet up 5, Scottish Ninja and G-Star up 6, Eddie Dust up 6 places as well. Rob Smith up 4. Bits decided to pit now.
Yeah.
Maybe a lap late, but I don't know if... Well, I'll find in... well, maybe he was close to Ant, and because Ant pitted, it threw him off a bit. I get help. He's pit now. He will be nearly the back of the train, but Stubbs also pitted again. Big loser, unfortunately, Wazza and Stubbs and Horseman as well. Doris, after he did take the pit stop.
Yeah.
So again, this being an unknown entity of how far the tyres will go, how much wear you're putting through the high speed corners. It's one of those you can't. I feel like I can't really comment to say wouldn't have done that or should have done that.
Yeah.
I think everyone's kind of guessing at the minute.
Quite possibly, yeah. It is a new track to the game. And, we obviously have other tracks going through the season.
Yeah, we have mentioned Vegas to come in a couple of weeks' time. Before we do have, I think it's before the 2-week break, but we are at the Circuit of Americas next week. A track I used to enjoy, but
I'm not that keen on it no more, neither.
I'm not now. It seems to have really changed. It's a lot bumpier. I don't know, there's something about it that doesn't feel as good as it used to for some reason. Then we go to Mexico. And then I'm not sure where we are after that, but we will of course bring you every single race. 4 races a week now, all live here on YouTube.
Yeah, safety cars coming in.
Certainly is. So Eddie Dust just getting the last bit of heat, especially into the front tyres. You're going to need that grip to hit the apexes, but he's gone early as he tried to catch Rob Smith napping. But what's his final corner going to be like? Has he got enough heat in the tyres? What's the drive going to be like? Nice and steady, but I tell you what, Rob's going to drop Fox a little bit as well. But Rob has got the straight line speed, closing, and he's not using the overtakers that he does, but Rob couldn't get close enough. Fox maybe got a poor exit, but I tell you what, he does just go wide. This is going to try and get Rob to go. No, he can't make it into turn 2. But he just going wide through turn 1. Didn't quite have the heat, but look at the run that Rob Smith has. He's going to try and have a look into 4. Backs out a bit, but Eddie just played fair, going wide, and now Rob Smith on the inside of 5. Close. He's got the inside line, breaking into 6. Forced the Alpine out wide. This allowed Fox to try to get back into this battle as well. Scuzz Ninja and G-Star right there with Fanning, trying to mop up anything, any opportunity that may come their way. And Rob Smith, gone from the attacker, you'd have to say, to the defender.
Yep. I don't know what to think of the softs.
Well, they seem to be working for Rob so far. But we've got medium tyre runner, soft tyre runner and a hard tyre runner, top 3, all battling very, very close. But Scottish Ninja, Grant, is looking very, very racy. Gets a good run as well out the last corner, right under the back of the Ferrari's rear wing, using his ERS. Backing out when he's not close enough, but look at this up ahead. Rob Smith's gone to the inside. I'm going to try and keep on board with this to watch it as Rob Smith got the pace to do it. Takes the wide line to give Eddie space, but has the grip. And now Rob, on the soft tyres, has taken the lead.
See what them softs have got.
Yep, see what he can do. Of course, the DRS live next lap. Horsman battling back with Boothie. Doris as well after his pit stop. Baby Hornet's got Gatian for company. Great start from Gatian. Starting from, of course, 19th on the grid. Now up to 8th. Boothie and Horsman having a good little battle. But we're keeping with this one. 6-way battle as it stands for the lead, with multiple tyre options as well. Medium tyres for Scottish Ninja, G-Stars on the hard tyres, Fanning is on the mediums as well. But Rob Smith hasn't necessarily scampered away. And I wonder if this is where Slipstream pays in.
It looks to still have a lot of grip in the corners. Maybe the downforce is higher on the McLaren.
Horsman's pitted again in the Red Bull. Our pole sitter, not gone well for him in these early stages. And having an hour battle with Boothie as well. But Hornet, actually, with all this kind of in line, Hornet's only a second back. He's pulled a little bit of a gap, 6/10 on Gatting. He's now got Doris for company. So that's going to be an interesting one, as Baby Hornet really was flying through that first sector. With that gap, when you're not necessarily having to... Oh, Scottish Ninja, wow, Grant! Out of the hairpin. Very, very wiggly. Did well to keep it in a straight line. Now it's allowed G-Star to be all over the back of him. Is he going to try and move into 10? Not easy to do. Thinks better of it. As I think we've had a moment. No, Baby Hornet! Oh, Simon's lost it. On the entry to 10, we've got the second safety car. I definitely jinxed it, didn't I? Say we probably wouldn't get any. Oh, Simon. So gutting. I wonder if it's the bumps. If you're the ride height's a little bit low and grounded out. He's lost it. Rob Smith taking this opportunity to pit. Not surprised, actually. Foxes as well on the hards, but Eddie Dust has stayed out. Scottish Ninja's out. G-Star stayed out on the hards. I thought Eddie Dust might have pitted, actually. Surprised by that. But something I've not said for a little while. It's a McLaren 1-2.
Sounds good to me.
It does, doesn't it? So, safety car picked them up quite early. Stube now, actually, after his early pit stops, has found himself back up into 9th. Let's have a quick look. Well, to be fair, Stube and Berger both had 2 stops each, and they're in 9th and 10th. Not bad going at all. And that's how it can completely change that strategy, and you never know what's going to happen. I think I'll be surprised if Bergen can take those tyres that long. I'd imagine you'd still have to have another stop. Smith and Jax are going for softs. Fox are going for the mediums, and so is Rob. Rob could, according to the strategies, take them all the way.
Yeah.
19 laps and a couple of nice easy laps under the safety car. Yeah, I mean, it might not feel great at the end. It'll be an interesting one. I think the hard tyre runners easily should take those tyres to the end. There we are, second safety car. And a chance as well for the drivers to have a bit of a breather around this non-stop onslaught. Whereas, of course, for Womax and for Simon, of course, not the night they would have wanted and the way it wanted to end. But I think some of the other drivers, other than those who are out of position, you would have to say, kind of maybe a bit of a sigh of relief to have a break.
Yeah, I would have thought so. It's quite a grueling race, to be honest.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. But the pack all together now, so potentially one more lap, and this will be it under the safety car, and we get to go racing again. Let's have a quick look at those tyres. Doris, after his early stop, was obviously up at the top there. He's done 6 laps on the hards, found himself in 5th amongst the drivers who haven't pitted yet. So that'll be interesting.
To P7 as well after the early spin.
Exactly, yeah, he is. Obviously bit now as well. He had an early pit stop. We've mentioned Stubenberg, and Rob, after his pit stop, was the leader. Now found himself in 11th, but fresh tyres. Then Fox behind him. It's going to be interesting. Fox was quick on those hard tyres. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do on the mediums. Scottish Ninja was losing the rear towards the end. I think maybe burnt them up a little bit. Now he's on the hards. That's going to be an interesting one. But again, he can take those to the end. You'd say from there. So can Ant, so can DRS Julian, so can Holzman actually as well. Now, even though Holzman was our pole sitter, now in 18th, and he's had 2 stops. Those hards should go to the end now for him. So he's not really out of position, is he?
No. Not at all.
Coming back into him quite well. And that's it. And to be fair, I've only had Stoop and DRS Julian, the ones with the penalty so far this race. And for a track that, as you mentioned as well in qualifying, that is so quick to penalise a driver if you get 2 wheels over.
Yeah, it is.
It shows the level of concentration of these Tier 2 drivers that they've got only the 2 so far.
It's a lot tighter than it looks as well.
It really is. That's a great point. It is. Now then. McLaren leading the McLaren on this restart. When does Eddie Dust go? It doesn't want to try and catch the safety car until it's fully in the pit lane, even though it is by the sides, it will wait. And he goes down the mid on this about the apex of the final corner, tries to get the jump on G-Star. Seems to do really well. There's Doris is very close to Gatian further back. Wazza's on the back of Boothie as well. Got a really good drive, and Wazza's down the pit straight. Gets Boothie on the inside. Boothie somehow manages to just about hold it. Good defence. But that's dropped them a little bit off the back of the top 5. Let's get rid of those tyres. We can see more of the screen around us, more of the racing. Oh, that was Gatian went wide. And that's allowed Doris through. It has on the outside of turn 6. And Gatian had to give way.
The McLarens have switched as well.
Oh, they have. To be fair, G-Star gets a 4-place demotion, being a Tier 1 driver.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing for Eddie Dust to do. Doesn't want to battle. G-Star could play the team game and keep Eddie in the DRS range when it becomes available to help him defend against Fanning, who's got Doris on fresher tyres all over the back of him. Boothie now gets a penalty. But yeah, if Eddie can keep within that 1 second G-Star to help him along, help him defend. Oh, Doris may have got a warning for going a little bit wide. It just crossed the white line, although this game likes to penalise you even if you're on the white line. As Wazza's having another look in the background at the Haas of Boothie. I think he's going to get it done, but look, this Doris on the inside of Fanning. Fanning's not giving this up. He's got down the inside line into 2. Oh, had to give it up. I think the pace and the overall speed of Doris helped him get through. Good respect, good space given from both.
Now Doris likes a high downforce setup as well.
He does, doesn't he? That's a good point.
Interesting what he can do down the straight.
Yeah, if he gets that DRS, what he can do. And to be fair, it's one of those that you do try to look at the compromise. Oh, Hoseman's gone! Oh, and we got another safety car.
Oh dear.
I wonder how he managed that. Let's have a quick look. DRS Julian, let's have a look. Oh, wow. He was on the right-hand side and some of these cars actually ghosted. He was in a... Oh, that was Scottish Ninja. No, it was the other Red Bull.
Oh, Julian's got a drive-through as well.
Yeah, for speeding. Oh, I didn't know what happened to Scottish Ninja. I saw him ghost and he was up there as well. Julian, has he got 2?
Is that possible?
I don't know.
Both McLarens have come in.
They have as well. Eddie's going to want to maybe back it up. He didn't. Julian as well has got 5 seconds now for exceeding track limits.
Just stayed out.
And he's got another drive-through. I wonder... Oh, this could be a bit poor if there is a potential... He's just gone full pelt as well into the pit lane. Did Julian. And he's retired in the pit lane on track. Moving on. We'll look at that later, I'm sure. Oh, no, Grant's retired. I wonder if he had some damage as well, because he was ghosted at the side.
I was watching him there coming out of the second to last. It looked a little bit like rear wing damage.
Oh, that's brutal. He was having such a good race as well. And he pitted was right in the mix on the pit stop window.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, and up to P4. That ain't bad at all.
I know, yeah. Let's have another look at the stops. 2 stops for Ant. Everyone has now at least made 1 stop, unless you're Stoob, and Bergen, who just liked the pit lane. And then we have a look at the tyre situation. G-Star and the mediums should take those 15 laps. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Finding Eddie Dust now is stopping on the hards. Gatian, now where is... There he is, Rob Smith. Finds himself back up into 3rd. Probably won't have taken... There's only about 1 lap flat out, really, on the medium, so you'll be okay, I think, with those, and Fox as well. So now, it seems to be that Doris potentially is the one who could be at risk due to having 9
possibly,
laps. I mean, they'll do it, but everyone just having that fresher rubber to be able to lay down. So, potentially no more pit stops, unless there's potential damage. Hopefully not.
Yeah, well, that stadium in the background looks fantastic.
I kind of missed it from my onboard shot.
Over on the right-hand side.
Of the start-finish straight?
Or if you go onto Doris and look right, you can see it just glowing up.
Oh yeah!
Looks like a big honeycomb.
Just, doesn't it? Oh, I'll keep on board with Doris, because that's interesting. Well, there's not much else interesting happening under safety car, I'm not going to lie, folks.
I wonder what that is. It's probably Alex Ageric's house.
He's going to love you for that one. Evening, Mandy. Good to have you with us as always. I'm sure the Lion King is not far away as well. But there we are, folks. So the safety car should potentially be coming in this lap. We've had multiple stops, 3 safety cars. And now, there he is. There's the Lion King. Knew he wouldn't be far away. And now, with the safety car potentially coming in this lap, what can Doris do on those lot older hard tyres? What can Fox and Rob Smith do? What can Ant do as well, up to 5th from back of the grid? And then of course we've got the chasing pack on a lot fresher rubber. Now safety car is in this lap. Let's get rid of those tyres.
I think that is LaSalle's stadium.
Or the
from the World Cup.
Well, of course, this race wasn't held due to the World Cup. I think made it come back, so that could be it. Actually, good point. Doris has gone before the final corner. Got a bit of wheel spin as he tried to put the throttle down. Fox is going with him. They've dropped Rob Smith a little bit with Ant all over the back. But now we kind of go racing. Doris going left to right to left to right. Got to be careful. You can't do that too often. To try to break the 2. Matt Dennison, you certainly do here to your former teammates. We are here. But everyone well behaved, everyone quite close as well this time round at the safety car restart. We saw a few people drop to about a second as they were battling, but everyone seems to be all well behaved and all in close formation. And now it'll be interesting to see who gets the heat. Boothie and Stu having a battle as well. They're the 2 with the penalties, 3 seconds each. Everyone else quite clean. Gatian's dropped quite a margin. I don't know if he's made a mistake somewhere. And that potentially has hampered everyone behind. Eddie just dropping off the back as well. But he's got the hard tyres on, of course, so he's just going to take a little bit of time to get the heat into those. Whereas, Rob goes very, very wide. Waz has now got a penalty to Adrian's Troubles. Look at this. Nose to tail. Ant's going to try and have a look in the last corner. Can't do anything about it. Thinks more of it. But look at that. Doris has gone to extremely wide. What can Fox do? Down the start-finish straight using his ERS and the slipstream on the Mercedes. And Fox on the inside line. A little bit fresher tyres. Side by side through turn 1 as Fox got the better grip. He does and makes the move. And Fox back into the lead.
Good move.
Was good move.
Ugatian and Wazza are too wide at turn 3.
Yeah, they've kind of dropped off the back, haven't they? I don't know if Gattin, like you mentioned, had an issue. And it's held.
I think it was Wazza that had the problem because he was P7.
Oh, that's a good point. Good point. Yes, how did he just to get away? And there's now a 4-second gap between this train of drivers and the leading pack of 7, which are all nose to tail. And this is where patience is a virtue. But I tell you what, I think that was G-Star went a little bit wide through turn 10. It has. And what's Fanning going to do? Is he alongside? Fanning does. G-Star gives him the squeeze. But Fanning's going to try it side by side. Oh, that was... Wow. That was a little bit close.
That's what we like to see. As long as there's no contact.
Yeah, there wasn't that time round. And I think... Oh, that was very close. But G-Star goes wide again on the last corner. Fanning hits the apex as a yellow flag. That's Birkin that's gone round. And now we've got the DRS enabled. But look at this. Rob Smith had a go at Doris and got the move done. So the Alpine now. Doris is gone from first to third in the last 2 laps. And he gets a 3-second penalty. And that's what we're talking about. Just getting 2 wheels over, if not on the line. And a penalty comes his way, but Fox, importantly, has broken, I think pretty much for that. That has got to be the first time this race the lead has been more than a second.
I think you're right.
I think it is. It's going to be interesting to see what G-Star and Eddie Dusk can do. Fanning's in a McLaren sandwich. He is not going to like that.
Cena sempre.
Don't say that, because if he's listening, he'll be. I can hear the swear words already.
Dice.
Oh, look at that! What a move! Got the run. We saw that earlier. He got the move done. What a run through 10-11. Got outside of Doris. Those hards are just not firing up for Doris. This time out, now he's got G-Star for company. Don't forget DRS. It's going to be enabled. Smith's now got a penalty as well. Stuber, second one for him. So he's going to play.
Fanning gets a fantastic launch out of that last corner.
He does, doesn't he? He does, but I tell you what, Eddie Dust. Wow, look at that McLaren go. And Fanning had DRS as well, but he's going to try and hang around the outside. Look, we've got 2 abreast up ahead as well. Fanning on the inside defends against Eddie. And he's going to try through turn 3, and he gets the run. Oh, nearly a bit of wheel back and leave room, boys. He does. And into turn 4, the McLaren finally gets it. What good racing that was. All wheel to wheel, all fair. All left a car's width when it was needed. And in fairness, all these guys now starting to battle. That gap was 4 seconds towards now 2.8 seconds. So that group just starting to claw their way back into it.
Yeah, Rob has actually stabilised the gap.
Wow, hang on.
Fox as well.
Sorry,
Fanning's
mate.
gone down the inside.
Wow, he is. Look at this on Doris. I think Doris is cutting across a bit. There was a bit of wheel banging. Doris has not got the grip at all. I was just going to mention, I think G-Star went round the outside in turn 9, which is that one unfortunately caught Simon, the fast right-hander. Not sure how he managed it, but I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah,
but G-Star is actually going to be out of... Ant's got the DRS. He's going to be right on the back of Rob, who's not got any DRS. Ant, how's he got 70% of the DRS? And makes the move. Second is now in the Aston Martin. Will get... Oh, Eddie Dust has got the move on Fanning, who's got it.
Here we go again.
It is take 2, isn't it? Now that gap to was at 1.7. I don't know who to look at next. So apologies if anyone suffers from any kind of flashing lights. I can't remember what it's called now. When you get seizures from flashing lights, but we may cause it. Epilepsy, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, this isn't a good race for you, if you do, because there's action all over. We've actually got a few more gaps. Ant's closed the gap to Rob Smith. G-Star's now within a second. Doris struggling, but he's got Fanning for company. He's got Eddie Dust, who they've been battling for, well, ages. And I'm looking forward to take 3.
Straight line speed's killing Fanning.
Yeah, oh, he's now got 3 seconds as well. Just went wide. Pardon me, turn 14. Now then, what can you do? He does hook up that last corner incredibly well. But I think Eddie got the run. Eddie got the better exit. And he's closing. He's got no ERS left. But here we go again. Ant's made a move for the lead. Gets the move on Fox. But they're side by side. Oh, a little bit of understeer, I think, from Eddie. Carried a bit too much speed. There's a wheel bang with Fanning. And now Fanning does this time keep it once again.
Calm down, lads. I'm going to have to put my seatbelt on.
Gatien has got back past Wazza again as well, and now interested in this battle. There was the biggest gap is 2.2, and that is Jackster in 12 to the back of Stu. Then we've got about 1.2 at the lead with Ant's just on. Ant's off. Ant's gone. And then we've got Doris, which is about a second. Everyone else is about a second, if not less. I have not seen a DRS train this big. There is a race, and I can't remember for the life of me, it was earlier this season, where we had about 12 people who were in DRS. And we're not far off that now already.
Yeah, I can't remember what race that was.
I know I was commentating on it because I didn't know who to look at next. I'm going to say Monza, but I'm not sure it was. Might have been in the last then. I can't remember. I've got a bad memory anyway. So Rob Smith now closing on the back of Fox. This is for position. And he's got G-Star. Of course, we'll also get a 4 players penalty, as will Ant at the end of this for being Tier 1 standing reserves. Good evening, all 21 watching live with us. Great to have you there. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and you'll get to see 4 MRC races every single week. And action like this throughout our 3 tiers and MRCX as well. And where else would you want to be on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday? No answers on any postcards because I know the answer.
The pub.
Only if it's a beach pub in Bermuda or Hawaii. I'll accept that. Yeah, okay, but both Fox and Rob went very, very wide. Rob really nearly lost the back route. He's got another 3-second penalty. We'll come to those penalties later on. But this is going to be very interesting. What can Rob do out of the final corner? He's got G-Star for company. He's got Doris and Fanning still behind. Eddie just dropped off the back of Fanning this time round. So Fanning can focus on the cars ahead, but Rob Smith trying to go round the outside. It's turn 1. We've seen this so many times.
He's got Eddie.
He has, good point, good move, but look at this, Rob Smith got the inside of the turn 2, squeeze as Fox as he got the run, he just about did. Fox couldn't do anything. Rob Smith takes what would be provisional lead of this race with 6 more laps to go. And I tell you what, Fox is looking interesting in the back. Ooh, Doris just about got it slowed down, runs wide. That's going to leave the door open for Fanning to get right on the back. And here we go again. Take 10?
I think
Maybe.
it was with Eddie.
It was Eddie before, but Fanning again is still getting involved. But he's going to love this though, isn't he?
He's just got the superior car in the corners.
It is that downforce that you mentioned. Oh, runs wide. That's going to be a warning, though. He's already got 3 seconds. Doesn't need any more. With Gasyan still within that 3-second window and Eddie Dust as well. And this is going to be key. What can Gasyan do about the gaps with Doris and Fanning having those 3-second penalties as well as we come towards the final stages of this race, and it is by no means over yet. Doris and G-Star in each other's DRSs. G-Star's making a move on the inside of Fox, watching from the Mercedes further back. Fox goes defensive. Is G-Star going to try around the outside? Fox positions his car perfectly through that, but G-Star's going to try the switch back through 3. Is he going to try to go the outside? Fox goes defensive again. G-Star can't do anything. Doris is there waiting to see if anyone gets a poo run out of a corner. Doris getting a little bit hemmed in though, and G-Star's still there with Fox side by side, and there's Fanning right behind as well. Fox, what battling between Fox and G-Star.
This is a good race.
This is brilliant. G-Star got a little bit wide in 10, and that's that corner you've got to kind of be really patient on, haven't you? And that's the one I always forget about. There is a yellow flag. Who's that that's gone round? Oh, Stoob. And there's another safety car. That's going to...
Surely Doris. 19 laps.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at those tyres. Yeah, potentially. Oh, I tell you what, Fox is pitted. Rand's pitted, which, as a tier 1, understandable. I know he likes to let the rest of the drivers through, so he's done that as well, G-Star. So Rob stayed out.
I'm very surprised that Rob didn't follow Ant.
Everybody's pitting. Apart from Rob. This could be, would have what, maybe lap 24, lap 25, maybe behind it, the safety car.
Well, there's people gone onto the mediums.
Yeah.
Definitely took a soft.
Yeah, even a little bit of wear on the softs would be okay towards the end if you've done one lap in quali.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised about Doris and Fanning doing that. But maybe they just feel like the softs would overheat a little bit, and the mediums are just a more constant tyre.
Yeah.
But let's now take this opportunity to look at those penalties. Boothie, 9 seconds. This safety car really, really hurt. It's going to benefit Gasyan, of course, on the qualifying ban now in 7th. What a race he's had. Eddie Dust will probably jump back up potentially as well. So, this is what we mentioned.
It's interesting because Ant and G-Star normally move over at the end.
Yeah, they do. They like to race, don't they? And have the fights and the fun, and then yeah, they like to. It's usually out of the last corner and let everybody through. So, kind of expecting that from them again. It's what they will do in the next couple of laps. Mark Dennis and I think.
Yeah.
Right, Rob should have pitted. Surprised he didn't. I wonder if it was just a surprise he wasn't necessarily looking at the top of his screen, was looking at the exit of the corner, the braking zone for the final corner, and I just wonder if he kind of got caught a little bit. But Ant pitted, so he would have seen Ant pit.
I'm wondering if he's thinking, if he stayed out, can Ant possibly, I don't know, bring home the win for him by battling the cars behind?
Well, yeah, that is a very, very good point as well. And let's go back to those tyres. That is a very interesting point. That could be, I mean, those mediums, 16 laps, we're going to have 3 racing laps as well at the end of this, so DRS will be enabled on the last lap.
I mean, only he knows really how them tyres feel.
Well, yeah. And he has done quite a few laps under the safety car as well.
Yeah.
So they won't be as badly worn. I mean, you can use maybe 1%, maybe 2 around a track like this under safety car slow driving conditions, whereas at full race pace, you could be at least 3 to 4%.
Yeah.
So half that tyre life under the safety car does extend. And this is where you're going to see what pace does Rob have in that Alpine. And of course helps all the drivers recharge the ERS as well to fight and to defend. So I couldn't call this. I cannot call this at all.
I think we're going to have a cracking end.
I think we are. And I don't even know who I'm going to be able to start watching, to be honest. But safety car will be in at the end of this lap. Rob already just preparing his tyres, getting a little bit of extra heat in them. Accelerates and brakes, and now becomes the de facto safety car for the final time in this Tier 2 race.
It's going to be quite interesting to see where Bergen actually finishes this race, you know. No penalties.
That's a very good point, actually, yeah. And that's what I mentioned, you could come across line 12, 13 or more, and because of people ahead with penalties, you can shoot right up the order. And that's exactly what can happen to Bergen. But now let's ride on board with the Alpine of Rob Smith, and he goes very, very early, way before the final corner, tries to carry the speed at the final corner. Didn't have the grip at all, though. Had to drop to third gear through there, and still had a little bit of wheel spinning. Now he's got all over the backcourt. G-Star napping a little bit further back, but Fox is there as well. And he's had to go defensive, and in the turn one, he's got the softs, and Ant's just driven round the outside. And now he's got Fox for company. Don't forget, that's the one he's going to be more worried about, for position. And Fox, fresh soft tyres, just gets the drive through 2 and 3. Can't make it this time round. But that is not the start that Rob would have wanted. And look at this, he's trying to have a look. He's not Fox. We always take that wide angle. We've got to kind of look through the times, unfortunately, as we look into that. But there he gets the move on the exit. He goes around the outside of turn 8 and gets the move done. The superior grip. And now G-Star's having a look round and round the outside of turn 8, 9. Can't make the move. I mean, I love the helicopter and the far angles, but right now I don't need them that far away. But Rob now just going to try to hold on, try to salvage potential podium from this one. And in his saving grace, Doris and Fanning have got the penalties. So Gatian a couple of spots further back. Rob's just going to need to hold on and keep ahead and see what G-Star can do. But look at the superior grip through the exit, the final corner. G-Star already alongside and set to 23.6 fastest lap. But G-Star just holding firm. No, he's gone for the inside line, and there's Doris on the inside as well. Is he trying to make the move? He does, and there's no Fanning's going to get involved. Doris, Rob's not giving this one up at all. Forces Doris wide. I don't think Doris is giving that one up. He hasn't. There was 3 wide. Fanning's got pushed wide now. And Gatian's got through on Fanning because of it.
I think he's looking.
Oh, Fanning got very, very shaky. No, that may be one that we see in the stewards for not allowing a car's width. Not sure, but we'll see what happens. Of course, still one more lap to go after this one, and has scampered off into the distance as we thought he might with the fresh tyres. Fox is battling with G-Star. Now this is just see what Rob
got a penalty.
He does. That's going to help Rob. He's still ahead of him, but Rob now 1.3 further back, going to be using whatever he possibly can to keep ahead of Gatian and caught in the final lap. Eddie Dust as well, don't forget, he hasn't got a penalty, so this is going to be big for him. See how far Eddie can get up. He was up there early on, of course, was a leader at one point. DRS isn't able, but will only use it to...
Stupid.
Oh, Stoob. Oh, no. Difficult night. Gatian now. Look at this. Rob Smith is there with Fanning and Booth. Fanning's on the fight back. Whoa, Fanning nearly got a twitch as well outside of turn 1, trying to put the power down. And Rob's got no ERS left. Fanning's going to try to go on the outside of turn 3. He does make it just about. But now there's the McLaren and does Rob Smith. Oh, mate. This is going to be heartbreaking. Ooh, I think Boothie was very, very close. And that's allowed Jackster through as well in the background.
Is your voice going there, Mark?
Little bit.
Can you hear it crackling?
I've kind of tried not to shout too much. There'll be someone walking the dog outside going, what on earth is going on in there?
Yeah.
We're going to have to look at this after penalties. Oh, Rob Smith, unfortunately, now out of the point. If he can keep it, he may still get a point due to penalties. Bergen's retired. He's lost it at turn 10. That's been a difficult one for Bergen tonight. And he's going to go around the final corner. He is actually just going to take the win. Unless he does slow down. I think he might just... Yes, he is. He is slowing right down. G-Star as well. Didn't. But G-Star will get 4th place demotion. Fox River 8 in the Ferrari takes the win. Eddie Dust after penalty. We mentioned it. Eddie will get 2nd. What a recovery from the McLaren man. Gatian from starting at the back of the grid will take 3rd in the end. Doris up there in, 5th over the line. Fanning 0.25 of a second. Jackson in 7th. Smith in 8th. Rob Smith does get points in the end in 9th. Boothie in 10th. Carl, unfortunately, outside of the points. Wazza in 12th and is just eventually going to cross the line, which is all fair game. And that was just a mental evening.
Now we've got this to look forward to.
Oh, for goodness sake. Well, yeah, that's it. If it wasn't good enough, we've now got Tier 1 in about 25 minutes' time. But what a race that was. Strategies played in, pit stops through safety cars, and a lot of wheel-to-wheel action. A lot of fair wheel-to-wheel action. A lot of it potentially maybe looked at in the stewards this evening, but we will let you know what happens with the race results later on. But it was, at this moment in time, Fox River 8 takes the win and the top step. What a race he had this evening. And then joined by the 2 McLarens as well, which is always lovely to see a bit of a pie on the podium.
Oh yeah, you can't beat that.
You can't, can you? You really
It's nice
can't.
to see Piastri win the sprint race here, actually.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah, I totally agree with you. Held off Verstappen really, really well. But there we are, folks. Provisional results. Gatian, as we mentioned, from 19th on the grid. Doris in 5th. Fanning 6th. Jackster, Smith, Rob Smith. Boothie in the top 10. Carl with 23 seconds of penalties in the end. In 11th there. And Wazza in 12th. And across the line. Well done to him. He did 13th, but was, of course, winning until he backed off over the line, as a really good reserve did. Bergen, unfortunately, didn't manage to finish then. Stube, JS Julian, Ninja, Horsman, Baby Hornet, and Womax as well. And I'm going to try and breathe for a minute. Whew. That was... I mean, we had a few safety cars, but it was still non-stop.
Oh, it was a cracking race. Some very good battling.
It was, wasn't it? Really, really was. Who then, Mr. Barber, would be your driver of the day?
Gatian.
I can't say a different, to be honest.
P19 to be, what, he's going to get P3?
Yeah, I think it was, P3 in the end. Yeah, I can't say any different, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, great job from all the drivers as well. Eddie Dust as well goes for a mention as well. Had a really good race. Really unlucky for Rob Smith. But yeah, I think Gatian beat the driver of the day. And like I say, in about 20 to 25 minutes time, folks, come back. We have got Tier 1 action under the lights. And from us this evening, it is enjoy your evening. And it's a really good night and good evening. See you soon. Goodbye.